I gotta tell you, I love when like a new, for me or in general, like this one 20-minute plus song comes out. It's just like a nice like something to like sink your teeth in, something to like bite into, you know? It's not a little wimpy 2-minute track, even though those can be good obviously as well, but like a 20-minute track just, it gives you a little something different. Everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're doing well. Hope you're having a beautiful one out there today. Listen, I brewed a cup of tea, you sit down, you relax with it. Like I said, we're listening to the new IQ, their album Dominion, released this year. We're going to listen to the first track on the album, which is entitled The Unknown Door, 22 minutes long. Just something to sneak into, bite into rather. Listen, longer does not always equal better, but it's just like, you know, you're expected to go in some sort of journey or so, and I don't know, it's like reading a nice novella or something. Anyways, we're listening to this because some of you had recommended I listened to it and mentioned it, and I wouldn't have known that this new album came out unless you mentioned it. So thank you to Chuck's Music, All Debris, Kenneth Calls, and Enchants RW. Thank you guys for the suggestion. Thank you for recommending it. Let's see. Enchants, I see you've been subscribed for 3 years. Nice. Chuck's Music, subscribed for 4 years. Nice. Kenneth Calls, I'm not seeing a subscription icon next to your name. I'm going to need that. I'm going to need that icon there. All right. Anyways, we've listened to a few tracks from IQ. And it's time to dive into a little bit more. So hope you guys are having a lovely one. A great one, some would say. I have some peach apricot black tea here, stewing. Is it stew? Yeah, it's stewing, yeah. It's tasty. It's really good. I love a good black tea. Earl Grey, black. It's good stuff. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the music. We will talk about it a little bit during and a little bit after. Here we go. The horns hearken.
They were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland. A state of war would exist between us.
Who should find
Sounds like the end of World War II.
this unknown door,
I have told you now that no such undertaking has been received.
shielded from the light,
This country is
long before a world at war, beyond the veil of night. lead across the open miles. The road you walk alone will lead the way back home. The time is now.
There's what we're looking for.
Out. It's in your hands, the world you're waiting for. See you for real in unlit fields. The wasteland is out of bounds no more.
Kind of sounds like a Disney song. I don't mean that in a good or bad way. I do like that drum. Kind of has a Peter Gabriel-esque kind of sound, huh? I could so hear Peter Gabriel singing over this. That's what we're waiting for. Bring it in. This is where we need to be. Trying to count it out.
The hidden run begins. Depends on fair weather wings held by the sun. Consider it done. They found you. This island now as it sinks will crown its permanent king. Make no mistake. Unfortunate fakes surround you. The final, then the first. The sky reversed. Instead of light, we're out of day for night. Whatever lessons
That was a nice transition to the marching drums.
never learned, years roll by and won't return.
Love that organ.
There's
Synth combo.
nothing now can shape them again.
Yeah.
Danger in
Build that momentum back up.
places where you've never known. And
Those
all
scores of time.
your life is not your own. Don't ever turn your back.
I like this section a lot. This verse is really strong.
Plan on losing track from land to sea. You're still the best of me. A separate you.
It's a tight structure here. I like that.
The sky reversed when satellites ignited day.
That deep bass right there.
Whatever lessons then.
I like how they continually build it up, break it down, build it back up.
They won't return. A perfect storm of gold on this battleground.
You can tell.
With forces unfolding, there's a price to pay. For some, there's more than words can say.
It's coming. Tightening the string. That synth was kind of hitting a similar trajectory as the horns in the beginning. Listen to it. Pretty much is the same.
No protection, lethal chemistry still in me. Can't without this in my head. What do I need? Something I can take, making it what I feel. The long way down a one-way street that's guaranteed. Fly from the wasteland to keep me here. Many other times when I've strayed, the change is made. Hesitating.
They held it. They held you back.
Sanities together in line. Anytime a solid moment, a bullet wound, a sudden kind of Valentine.
I like that rhythm there, the cadence. Love the keyboards in here.
Fly from the wasteland to keep me here. Many other times when I've strayed to stop myself shaking. Stay unafraid. Am I to find you everywhere? Fly where
Rip.
you can to anyone there.
They hold? No, they don't hold. Okay. It's coming around again. The guitar sound is menacing, but it's also really beautiful. That synth back there behind it. Bass depth. Really nice solo and how it leads back into this. It's almost like a staccato-esque kind of sound. I can't catch it, but you know what I mean. Listen to the depth of bass back here. So dense in its heaviness. You do all of that, then you break it down. This is the part to see where the band takes it, what progresses, the experimentation. This is the moment. Happens every single time. This is where I'm curious. Cannon fire back there, or something. Definitely.
Left alone without reason. Remind yourself you're only halfway home. Is there someone else I'm recalling? Made us forget. Still I'm centered in another world of you I never knew.
It's a very ghostly, kind of haunting sound that's in there.
Left alone with no feeling, and tell yourself you'll take some convincing. Ever since a greater something was turned on its side, we've been yearning for that other door to our lives open wide.
Nice, explosive with the organ. Crescendoing out of there. That's a great moment. And to another ripping section. This is what they do best in this song. So far, this. Another solo for you.
Mortal strangers, oversold opinions remain untold. Agenda changes, no one knows. Arranging more altered egos now.
That synth came in really strong. But I like it. Like a black tea. Nice kind of stutter step into the solo.
Find a keeper to call my name, defining what I became. Famous factions, all the same, in visions that blind the daylight, hiding beyond the wasteland sky.
nice soaring notes bringing it to this. Love how the synth goes off on this really hard drum beat. Perhaps another moment where they can experiment in the space? Maybe. Maybe.
The time is now to send it out. It's in your hands, the world you're waiting for. See revealed in unlit fields. The higher ground is out of bounds no more. As before,
Bring it all together.
this inner distance with every morning, no longer so unsure. When again this revelation began, the elevation I could not ignore. So tell me how, with each new day, we get by on our own anyway, as we are. A time for grieving, to still believe again, the future faced alone. As before, a life for living.
It's that big climactic resolution.
Imagining the road ahead once more. When time and tide
Love that organ.
fall away and far, we'll abide among the stars.
One last time. Victory lap.
And in the world you've been waiting for, who should find this unknown door?
That was a good journey, huh? That was a good. I guess I should let the last few seconds play. It's over. Okay, that was a good journey. I don't know about you, but that first of all went incredibly quick. That was sometimes a 20-minute song drags. This I didn't feel like it was one of them. This one actually went by very fast. It wrapped up all of its musical loose ends succinctly and kind of perfectly. And it's ready to move on into the next 4 tracks here on the album. This is a track that I feel like in here, only knowing a few songs from IQ, I feel like this is a track that's strongest in their uproarious, up-tempo, solos, progressive moments. I was really enjoying the song in those moments, which fortunately is most of it. I think that when they're going just, not even necessarily heavy, although that of course is a part of it, but when they're all just playing together, I think that that's when the band is at their strongest, which in one hand makes sense, but you know what I mean? Like, for example, after 3 minutes in, let me pull the song back up here really quick. When the whole band comes in 5 minutes, like from this kind of stark opening in that section going forward, when they're all playing together, it's just incredible. Let me use their names because I prefer to. So first of all, I really want to call out Neil Durant. The keyboards in here are perfect, amazing, fun to listen to, satisfying. It has everything I would want from a keyboardist in a progressive rock band. It's exciting. The sounds are fun. It provides flavor and depth to it. It's the solos are like just cutting through everything when needing to. Of course, providing a lot of ambience in the back as well. And I just really, really enjoyed the keyboards, pianos, organ, especially in this track. I think that they all just hit such a perfect momentum. So Neil, love that. And also Tim on the bass. I especially love the depth and the density of specifically the bass pedals when those would come through. So I think it was actually in the section we were just pulled up here. Not here necessarily. I think it was before that. When the music starts to come in a little bit more fully from the rest of the band, the bass pedals are used excellently. As the music gets into its more climactic moments, it really rings the room and shakes the room proverbially. And I just really enjoyed that part. And obviously, the bass playing in general is good, but it's just those moments that stood out. Also, guitar, Michael Holmes. Once again, same thing, kind of similar with Neil, in that I love the riffs. Even that little moment we just pulled up right here in the verse, that riff, whatever the time signature on that thing was. It's a fun, bouncy riff. It has a little bit of heaviness, but not like metal, just like a nice, heavy kind of rock sound. But it's so mellow and chill at the same time. There's a few acoustic passages in there, especially after the first climax, maybe about halfway through or so, that we get a nice little melodic acoustic playing there. And if not acoustic, at least just, softer, which I thought was really nice. The solos are great. First providing a lot of that raw fury kind of sound, and then giving us something a little bit more euphoric at the end when the song is getting into its final resolution. That final guitar solo specifically is very euphoric. That's that moment when the band is releasing and the audience at the same time with them, and I really enjoyed that. Drums, Paul Cook. He's cooking in the kitchen. Love the fills. I love the grooves that he puts down. I'm listening to all the details that he's throwing down on the cymbals and in between the measures and the beat of everything. There's a lot of detail going on in there, which I really enjoyed. And then Peter Nichols. I like his voice. I will admit, I like his voice. No, there's no there's no negative to his voice. I just didn't feel like it was the most varied singing. It wasn't the most diverse voice that I've heard, but it definitely was a great listen here. It was definitely a great listen. I almost said something to put another band down, but I don't need to put another band down to bring this band up. I don't feel like that's fair, nor is that nice in general. Peter, I like your voice. There really wasn't a negative I was getting to. It was a pleasant listen from the singing. I did like that last note, that final soaring climactic note to really push it over the edge there, which I thought was really nice. The structure of the song is also really, really nice. Now, I mentioned in the beginning, I really liked the louder parts, or the parts where all the band is together kind of doing their thing. The sections that I thought were weakest in this track were actually the softer moments. So, for example, I didn't really care for the beginning, the first 3 minutes, 50 so seconds or so. You have the synth horns in the beginning. Then it's just kind of a soft opening. I really didn't care for that part. I was waiting for the song to get moving. I was waiting for it to build momentum, and I just didn't care for how that was done. For example, hold on. I like a song, especially with a long song. And with anything, you have two openings, of course, typically. You have something that gets kind of right into it, or you have something that builds up. This is a build-up track. That's okay. This is okay. The sound of the sample in the back, the radio, these little synths. This, I was honestly listening to it. I'm like, I was waiting. That's why when eventually it got to this, I was like, yeah, like that's what I was waiting for. Those bass pedals there. But this, I was just like, I'm just waiting for it to get over with. So the track kind of had me worried in the beginning for the first few minutes. But after 3 minutes, we get into all the action we need. And like I said, there's soft openings that work really well. I just didn't care for this particular one. And even later on in the song, I don't know exactly the minute, so I'm not going to try to attempt to find it. When it went back into kind of revisiting that opening section, I was like, okay, it's a little lull. But I was pretty confident that it would get back to what, personally, I vibe with there. But like I said, the construction of the song is really good. The structure of it, the way that they maybe not have a chorus necessarily in that first part, but the way that it comes back to those moments, the drumming really capturing a lot of that. It's just really, really wonderful. I like that. I actually was really looking for this part. That's exactly what I was looking for. So when they break it down into the marching beat, and then eventually he throws in the kick drum, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, da. And then the synth work there on the side is just so fantastic. Kind of right there. If you listen before that section, he's playing a similar melody. I'm talking about the keyboards. He's playing a similar melody, but just more in the background. And then when the kick drum comes in, he puts it more in the foreground and with a more cutting kind of synthy saw effect. A little after. Right. Hear him in the back? Almost a carnival-esque organ. Right? And then you pull it up a little bit further from that. It's more in the foreground. I just think that's so cool. And by the way, like in that section, I love what Peter was singing and the way his delivery was handled there. There was a specific line, I'll see if I can find it again, that the way his delivery, there it is. When he says, let me pull you guys up here real quick. Anytime a solid moon, a bullet wound, a sudden kind of Valentine. I thought that was really, really well delivered from him. I like the way that he sung that. And in whole, sung this whole kind of section here. It was just the delivery, the pacing was kind of picked up, which I really liked that rhythm that was captured there. While we're here, we may as well look at the lyrics here. So the unknown door is broken up into a few subsections. Faint equations, many and more still, an orbital plane, dream stronger, and that's it. Okay, so 4 sections here. Who should find this unknown door, shielded from the light, long before a world at war beyond the veil of night? And of course you heard the ending of a world war there in the beginning. Which war? Couldn't tell you. It was one of the two. Unaware anywhere, is there still time? Won't be long from this moment on, with two of one kind and all we leave behind. In corridors and aisles that fade across the open miles, the road you walk alone will lead the way back home. The time is now to send it out. It's in your hands, the world we are waiting for. See for real in unlit fields, the Westland is out of bounds no more. So what does this unknown door represent? Couldn't tell you right now. The hit and run begins, depends on fair weather wings, held by the sun, consider it done, they found you. This island now, as it sinks, it will crown its permanent king. Make no mistake, unfortunate fakes surround you. The final and the first, the sky reversed. Instead of light, we're out of day for night. Whatever lessons then we never learned, years roll by and won't return. Like, you better learn your lessons now before, time moves on and you can't get that time back. There's nothing now can shape them again. Danger in places where you've never known. And all your life is not your own. Don't ever turn your back or plan on losing track. From land to sea, you're still the best of me. So before and following the song, I was thinking of this unknown door as sort of perhaps a piece or something representative of peace before, here in this specific track, a world war broke out. A major, obviously, event, world and global event. but I'm not really sure. I don't, there's no evidence to back up my thesis on this. A separate universe, the sky reversed when satellites ignited day for night. Whatever lessons then we never learned. Oh, I read that part already. Basically. Perfect storm of gold on this battleground with forces unfolding. There's price to pay. For some, there's more than words can say. Many are the times when I've strayed, the changes made, hesitating with all prevent. Is this a concept album? I pulled up this so I could look at the musicians. I'm already on. Is there a reason that Bandcamp doesn't like show you the lyrics or like who's playing on the album? Like I never see it. Like when I'm scrolling down anywhere. Let's see if I can find an interview real quick. Let me see if I can find an interview real quick. IQ, Dominion, concept. You know what? Let's just do that. You know what's usually best? Just go to the source, man. Just go to the source. IQ's latest album seems to be another concept album, Meditation on Death. They've had past from or form with this, of course. The title seems to exist as counterbalance to one of the song's titles, No Dominion. The intro to the epic opening track, a broadcast, okay, which feels like it's touching on both the use of historic wartime radio announcements on frequency and the World War I themes of the Seventh House, Dark Matter's Harvest of Souls, played on the Afterlife theme as well. Okay, we've listened to that. Is this a review from someone? From part. Okay, this is a review from some. Oh, it's right here. I see you. Look at that. How did you get your review? I'm sorry, completely separate topic. How did you get your review on IQ's website? That's kind of cool. Did they feature it? That's kind of cool. Warther. Look at you. Yeah, see, Neil Durant's work on the keyboard deserves particular notice. See? It's amazing. But I don't see anything specifically here about the concept. I guess kind of what you had mentioned about death and war. An orbital plane. Left alone without reason, remind yourself you're only halfway home. Is there someone else I'm recalling made us forget? Still I'm centered in another world of you I never knew. Mortal strangers oversold, opinions remain untold, agenda changers no one knows, arranging more altered egos. Sometimes people tell me or that they're upset that I skip lines. I'm not reading all this. You read it on your own time. Dream stronger. I'm just looking for meat. I don't want the bread. The time is now to send it out. It's in your hands. And especially when I'm not sure what's being talked about. If there was something like I'm grabbing onto, then I usually will, but I'm unsure. That's when someone tells me I'm unsure because I'm not reading all the lyrics. The time is now to send it out. It's in your hands. The world you're waiting for. See revealed in unlit fields. The higher ground is out of bounds no more. So this higher ground, this unknown door, this thing that was unattainable, unreachable, unknown because no one knew about it, is now within reach. With every morning, no longer unsure. When again this revelation began, the elevation I could not ignore. So tell me how with each new day we get by on our own anyway as we are. The time for grieving to still believe again. The future face alone as before, a life for living beyond imagining the road ahead once more. Like looking beyond the road before you. Looking way, way, way down the horizon. When time and tide fall away and far, we'll abide among the stars. And in the world you've been waiting for, who should find this unknown door? It's got to be you, man. At the end of the day, it's got to be you. I hope that you guys enjoyed the song. I hope that you enjoyed the music. Thank you, as always, for listening alongside with me and being here for this not long song Saturday. This is just a long song that we did on whatever day I plan to release this. Please let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments down below. You can follow me in a few places, support the channel, and what I do on Patreon if you wish. Of course, go check out the album for yourself. I put up the Bandcamp there on the screen a moment ago, so go do so. Or just go to their official website. It's right there for you. Anyways, have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you all later. Bye, guys.